DeBrosse, the gun lawyer.
Hey everybody, gun lawyer here, Derek DeBrosse. Today we're going to be talking about car carry. I know it's a huge issue, especially in Ohio. The laws are actually very, very confusing. So our goal here today is to make sure that we can try to add some clarification to what the law says, both state and federally. With that said, there's a couple of definitions I think we need to go over. Just very briefly, in Ohio, a firearm is defined as any deadly weapon that's capable of expelling a projectile through the action of a combustible or explosion. And then you have handgun versus long gun, and that's an important distinction to make as we talk about methods of carrying the firearm within a motor vehicle, especially in the context of concealed carry, because in Ohio, we don't have a CCW license. We actually have a CHL, concealed handgun license. It only applies to handguns and not long guns. So what is a long gun? A long gun is any firearm that's at least 24 inches in overall length with a barrel of at least 18 inches. Handgun is a firearm with a short stock designed to be shot or fired from the action of a single hand. For most tacticians out there, that's kind of bizarre because usually we fire handguns with two hands, and that's what how they're designed to be held. But that's what the law says. So those are the basic definitions. One more quick definition that's changed in the recent years in the state of Ohio is what's the definition of unloaded. The law actually does not define loaded; it defines unloaded. The law used to be pretty onerous. You could not even have ammunition within a magazine in the same interior of a vehicle as a firearm. Now you can have loaded magazines as long as it's in a complete and separate enclosure within some sort of bag or box or case as the firearm. So you can actually load the magazine with ammunition and keep those loaded magazines in the same bag, box, or case as the firearm, as long as they're basically in complete and separate pockets within that bag, box, or case. Hey, gun lawyer here. Today, as I stated earlier, we're going to be talking about car carry and some issues that go along with that. We're at an SUV today talking about how to carry a firearm. A couple of distinctions, long gun versus handgun. We went over that definition. First, we're going to go and just discuss how to carry a handgun, and then we'll go into more about how to carry long guns. And again, this is not applicable if you have a concealed handgun license. The laws are a little bit different. We'll talk about that last. So first, how to carry a handgun. We went over the definition of loaded and what that means, or what unloaded means. There seems to be some confusion in the law. Basic rule of thumb is if you have a loaded firearm in the motor vehicle and it's accessible to the operator or passenger, so accessible and loaded, it's a felony of the 4th degree. Don't want that real bad. If it's loaded anywhere in the vehicle and not accessible to the passenger or operator of the motor vehicle, it's a misdemeanor. So there is some confusion in how the law is written, not written real well, but basically, unless you have a concealed handgun license, you can't have a loaded firearm anywhere in the car or motor vehicle. And if it's accessible to the passenger or operator within the interior of the vehicle, meaning they don't have to get out of the vehicle, it becomes a felony. There's a case that kind of really lays that out, State v. Smith. You can check it out on our website. We have a link to that. I have a whole car carry page at ohiogunlawyer.com. All right, so here we have a setup. We have my personal carry firearm. It's a Glock 19. It's modified by David Bowie of Bowie Tactical. And we have a simple range bag. So again, a person may only carry an unloaded firearm in a motor vehicle as long as the person may otherwise lawfully possess a firearm under both state and federal law, and it's carried in one of, for handguns, 3 ways, and long guns has got a 4th provision. 1, in a closed package box or case. 2, in a compartment that can be reached only by leaving the vehicle. So if you have like a trunk, this SUV would not qualify. 3, in plain sight and secured in a rack or holder made for that purpose. Back when I was growing up, they always had the shotgun racks in the back of the pickup, so something like that. And then 4, if it's a long gun, the person may also transport or have the long gun in the car if it's in plain sight with the action open, or the gun is stripped, or if it cannot lock the action open or easily be stripped, then the gun can just be in plain sight as well. So with that said, we have here a Pelican case with my personal carry firearm. Now, remember, for it to be unloaded, this cannot be in the same compartment, so you could store the handgun as such and have this in a separate bag. The other way you could do this is actually have the firearm in the main pocket of the bag with the loaded magazine in a separate bag. This provides complete and separate enclosure as long as it's got a zipper, snap, or buckle that's actually done up. And for the long gun, this would be fine as well in a Pelican case. You could go ahead and shut that as such because it's in a package box or case. But long guns also have that additional provision, where as long as the action is locked open as such, it can just be in plain sight of the motor vehicle, or the weapon can be stripped and carried in that way as well. So long guns do have an additional provision. I don't have a shotgun rack or holder, so I can't show you, the other way you can carry in a motor vehicle. But as far as absent a concealed handgun license, this is the basic way you would carry firearms. Big thing again, make sure that if you have loaded mags, they are in complete and separate enclosure. That's a new law that took effect within the last couple of years, and it's a good law. So with that said, just make sure you're doing that if you don't have a concealed handgun license. So now we're going to be talking about how you can carry a handgun with a concealed handgun license. Again, it's very important to understand Ohio does not have a CCW license. Ohio has a concealed handgun license. As you can see here, there's all kinds of contraptions that are on the market today. This is a holster that mounts right underneath the dash. From a tactical perspective, maybe as a backup gun, that's okay. But you don't want to leave your gun in the car if you have to ditch the car. That's a tactical issue. Legally, it's fine. One thing you need to know that under the old law, you had to have the gun on your person. It had to be in a holster on your person or in a box bag or case. All kinds of onerous restrictions. When we passed the restaurant carry in the state of Ohio, we actually just put a big X through that. So no longer is there any restrictions. You can carry the firearm in the motor vehicle any way you would on your person. So just be advised that you just want to make sure you do it safely. Thanks for joining me today, guys. If you have any questions, we really look forward to hearing from you. We're going to be doing videos again and again and again. We need more content. We need more topics. So let us know what you want to learn about. We have no problem going ahead and getting the information out there, researching certain issues that maybe I don't have an answer for today. But go ahead and email us. Our email address is info@barneydebrosse.com. That's the name of the law firm, Barney DeBrosse. We have two separate websites, barneydebrosse.com. But for the gun stuff, go to ohiogunlawyer.com. Again, ohiogunlawyer.com is our website. We're based out of Columbus, Ohio. Phone number is 614-326-1919. You got any questions, you need legal help, we're your guys.